Hello, everyone, and continuing on with Palworld, as I have in my shorts, I wanted to address whether I truly think it is a copy in terms of designs of Pokemon. Because I saw this tweet go around yesterday by Culture Crave that was comparing some of the designs with Pokemon, and a lot of them I don't see. I'll make myself clear. If the developer did use AI to make any of these designs, I immediately lose any respect for them. AI sucks ass. That's not even a base take, it's just real. But that doesn't mean that they ripped off Pokemon per se. So let's see if that's the case. So first we have a Grizzbolt here. Okay, so I'm gonna say this one is a ripoff because one, it just looks like Electabuzz. I mean, it's yellow with black stripes, and also the fact that they're using an electric mouse type of thing for their mascot. I mean, that's copying Pikachu. Not looking too good so far. Lamball and Wooloo. Okay, yeah, that's just a genuine copy there. Same with Fanglope and Cobalion. Like that's just blatant. One of the common ones that I've seen is Anubis and Lucario here. And I don't really see the resemblance that much. Like, yeah, they're both bipedal, but that's about it. I think Anubis is unique enough in having its own different lore. So far, 3 copies out of 4. Toto Koto, I like that name. And Zatu, yeah, this doesn't really seem like much of a copy. I mean, it's clearly inspired. I'll give it like a B tier. S tier is entirely original. F tier is ripoff. I give this like a B tier. Bristla, that's like a D tier. It is pretty clearly resembling Blossom. But honestly, it looks better. Woolipop and Alcremie. If it wasn't for the 2 little red things in its hair, I would let it go. But that just moves it from like a B to a D tier. Capriti, on the other hand, I don't see any resemblance aside from they're both goats, kind of. Entirely safe. Probably the most original design so far. Nightwing and Braviary. I don't really see much of a resemblance either aside from the color scheme. I mean, I guess that's bad enough, but it looks different enough in design that I think it's fine. Especially since, like, it's not like Pokemon owns birds. Like, oh, you can't make any bird creatures. Insaram and Houndoom. Once again, aside from base concept, these 2 look basically entirely different, I'd say. I'll give another point to Palworld there. Palworld's kind of cleaning up a bit. Cinemoth and Mothim. I mean, Cinemoth looks better, but once again, if it is AI, then I can't. That's not saying much, but I'd give it like a B tier. It's kind of in the middle. It's kind of a ripoff, kind of not. Cognito, I could see this being AI if they typed in like what Murkrow was supposed to be type of thing. So it does look kind of original, but I'm not going to really give it much points. I'll give it like a D tier. Leafpunk and Toxtricity, okay, I definitely see the resemblance here. Leafpunk's kind of a mix between like Kecleon and Toxtricity. I'll give it C tier. No. This is like a D tier. Loop Moon and Absol, dude, there's like no resemblance there. This is an S tier design. It's totally fine. Same with Galeclaw and Pidgeot. I mean, they're just birds. I kind of see it in the pose with Goyrat and Zarude, But other than that, their designs are clearly different enough. I think this looks, Goyrat looks more like Luxray. Begrade and Vespiquen. I don't see this one really either. I'll give this like a S tier actually. It's a pretty unique design. Maybe an A tier. Lunaris and Mewtwo Y. Lunaris kind of looks like a Sonic character. I guess Mewtwo Y does too. But I think it looks different enough. I'll give it a A tier. Chillette and Dragonair. I don't really see the resemblance. Like a lot of these, if it was like a mix between two, I could kind of see it. Like it kind of looks like a mix between Dragonair and Quagsire. But I think it's original enough. I'll give it like a B tier. Univolt. When Zebstrike is from Univa. That's ballsy. I'm gonna give this like a D tier. Because the color scheme is different and everything, but I can totally see the base design. Pyron and Rapidash, no, they're just both fire horses. Like, I don't think Pokemon owns fire horses. Same with Raindrix and Suicune, but to a bit of a lesser extent, but I think these are both, like, A-tier designs. Dinosaur and Meganium. Dinosaur is, like, inverted Meganium. It's weird. Like, it has its neck thing on its head. Definitely a ripoff, I'd say. I'll give it like a D tier. Surfant and Salamence. I see it in the face shape, so I'll give it like a B tier. A tier. Maraith and Chandelure is just color scheme, nothing else really. I'll give it an S tier. I really like Maraith. Digitoys and Dreadnought. They're both kind of like turtles, but once again, that's about it. I'll give it a A tier. I see the resemblance with Yveltal, totally. I'll give it like a D tier. Verdash and Cinderace. Totally see it, just different colors. I don't think that warrants an F tier. I think a C tier in the middle is fair. Wixen and Delphox. Definitely similar concept, but the color scheme too a bit. I'll give it a D tier. Okay, they're comparing this thing to Quagsire Relaxaurus. I like the name. I think it's original enough. Like B tier. Patella and Lilligant, yeah, I see that. I'll give it like a D tier. Mammorist is kind of just Torterra and Tropius in one. So, for that, I'll give it a D tier. Felbolt and Darkrai, I see it, but I also don't. I think B tier in the middle is fair, or like C tier. If they just like copied the original design and then added stuff to make it cooler, this is inspired by Gyarados, like I will admit. So, I guess C tier. A lot of these are C tier. I think that's what we're showing is Palworld is like a middle copy. It's like half copy, half not. Grintail and Gengar, I don't see it like at all. So, this one's an S tier. Joltog, I feel like is closer Togedemaru ripoff than Shaman, but I do see it with Shaman as well. I'm gonna give Joltog a F tier in terms of originality because you can compare it to two. Tansy and Pansage, their names even sound similar. That's not doing it any favors, but the designs aren't. It's kind of like it's once again Grookey and Pan. I'm sick of these combinations. Like these clearly just be AI combinations. So fucking F tier. Azarobe and Superior totally looks inspired in pose, but design no. So I'll give it a B. Astajon and Mega Aggron. Well, Mega Aggron, it's a Mega, so I'll kind of be a bit lenient. And also, Astajon looks different. Honestly, Astajon's like an A plus tier. It's not quite S, but A plus. Orzhov could be like Cleavor and Garchomp, but I think it looks different enough, so I'll give it A tier. I don't really see what is it? Jetragon and Latios? I think Jetragon could be like a Paradox Latios, maybe. But, I think it's pretty safe, actually, S. Alpaca and Flaffy, I definitely see. I'll give it like a D tier. Robinquill and Decidueye, yes. But in this case, Decidueye is miles better. F tier, because I don't even like the design. Alfredian and Ampharos, I don't even see it. Aside from, they both have like fat bottoms. I'll give it A tier. And no, S tier. Pangulet and Piplup, definitely see the resemblance. A tier. And then Sparkit and Raichu, I guess with the tail. I think B tier. So a lot of these were worse, a lot of them were better. I think all in all, like, you could definitely make an argument if they use like a combination thing where they combined like a couple different Pokemon to make a creature. But the designs themselves aren't just blatant copies for the most part, I would say. All in all, I don't think Palworld should be getting sued, at least for copyright, maybe for AI use. But I guess we'll see what comes of it.